education. And we're strong believers in funding public education. And as a neighborhood group, we decided to target three things. One, that we needed an elected school board so that the school board will be out there promoting public schools and not charter schools and private schools. Two, that we don't want any more charter schools in Rogers Park. We want our public funds to go to public education and not to private organizations running charter schools. And three, we want to keep every public school in Rogers Park open and not at the expense of other public schools. So we don't want to see any public school in Chicago close, because they all can be put to good use educating the students, the wonderful students that attend Chicago public schools. And today we're promoting, and several of our schools in Rogers Park, there are programs, have benches, but the rain sent them away. But they'll be back tomorrow. We're promoting the arts curriculum that is outstanding in Chicago public schools. And it's creating all sorts of stars. The children that were here this morning are so excited about their art programs in the Chicago public schools. We don't need private art schools. We have these curriculums in public schools. They need more funding, and they need a school board that's going to support them and not support private corporations that are setting up schools. That's what our group's about. Three things: an elected school board, keeping our public schools open, and no more public funding of charter schools. The money should go to
fully
public schools.
funded, fully resourced public schools.
What did you add, Carol?
I said fully funded, fully resourced public schools.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Just so you know,
Yes.
Emmanuel has begun to let out and is planning to let out 60 charters, and they just closed 60 public schools. There's really not a lot more to say about that. They're doing that so they can free up the money to make charter schools, which produce private profit at the taxpayer's expense. Charter schools are unregulated entities. They take taxpayer money. They set up educational entities. Turns out that all the research, huge amounts of research, show that charter schools don't educate children any better than public schools. But money is being sucked away from the public schools to give them to charters, because charters produce private profit for testing entities, for the educational entity itself, and so on. So it's basically all the unresourcing, the anti-resourcing of public schools you're seeing is basically being done to support charter schools, which don't educate any better than public schools.
Thank you.
Further, they are taking away the funding of the public schools in order to pay for, they say, the pension of the teachers. But they haven't been paying into the pension fund, as they're supposed to have been doing, for almost 15 years. So now, having not paid into the pension fund as they were supposed to for teachers, now they're turning around and basically taking that pension money away from the children in the schools, because they're closing the schools in order to free up money, in part, to pay the pension fund, which they haven't been paying into for 15 years. So they're harming the children in a huge way because of their dereliction.